Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the reviews of movies and talks about nerd shit. This is episode 748, and as always, it is the Nerd Chick on here to host show. Let's our wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful Friday night. And no, I am not an airbender.
Nope. If only, right?
It's just the wind.
It's just the wind. Like a turd in the wind, right?
Like a turd in the wind.
Fuck that movie. Man, happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And Valentine's Day to our wonderful patrons who are watching this live early and ad-free over on patreon.com/nerdcore. At the $1 tier, you get this episode live early and ad-free before it drops for everybody on Saturday at 12 p.m. Central Time. Brad, before we can go ahead and get into today's review, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I got to show off what my wife got me.
Oh, shit. Okay, let me see.
Yeah. Look at this shit. Look at that shit, bro.
Oh, wow. It's like a
bouquet of Star Wars characters.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Here you go. It's a bouquet of Star Wars plushies.
Yeah.
So you got R2, you got Yoda, Leia, C-3PO, and Luke. Yeah,
although it is a bit weird, Luke and Leia are winking at each other, but it's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah. Alderaan, the Alabama of the Star Wars universe, huh? See you home, Alderaan.
That's really sweet, though. So.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. What'd you get her?
I got her a box of chocolates.
All right. Well, you know what? That's a damn good gift, man. Yeah, I'm sure she loved it.
When she handed me that, when she got home, I was like, damn, you're making my gift look like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool, though, Brenda. Yeah. That's really cool, man. Like it's like literally a bouquet of Star Wars plushies.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna put it with all my other ones back there because there's some other Star Wars plushies back there.
Try to find somewhat of a space for everything you have, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Brad, I think I just saw a bald spot in your hair, Brad.
Yeah, right there.
No, it's to the other side. Yeah, right up there, buddy.
Good. I need to go bald.
Yeah, I think it's because, hold on, you gotta turn to your left. There you go. Yep. Oh, man, right up there, Brad. Right on top.
Finally.
Jeez, Brad. Yeah. Well, Brad, I mean, it happens.
It happens.
Yep, it's called aging.
I thought it would happen way earlier, but...
Yeah. It's not like super noticeable, but it's there. I see it. Yeah. Well, yeah, man, you got so much stuff, Brad. So good luck finding some place to put that in. You know.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah, but with that said, anything else, Brad? What'd you get up to today? Nothing.
Nah, I went to work I got to work at 8, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm done at like 12:30."
Yeah.
I mean, like, because I did my full 40, so.
Yeah.
And it was a slow day. I did get some work done, so I didn't just sit there for 4 hours. I actually got some stuff done that I've been trying to get done for like a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was going to stream today, but I didn't have the chance to. I went to go work out, picked up medication, and then came back home. I had to meal prep because I didn't have anything to eat, so made some ground turkey a la Mexicana, aka ground turkey with tomato, onion, and chile. You know, a la bandera. But
so I have been playing a new game.
What have you been playing, Brad?
Road 96. So now I'm playing on Game Pass Citizen Sleeper 2 Star Wars Vector.
Okay.
Very interesting. It's a dice-based game, so there's a lot of reading involved, but it progresses the story. You progress the story with what dice you have, so it's very interesting.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Still no Invincible, Brad?
I did watch Invincible yesterday.
Okay, all 3?
All 4.
Oh shit! Okay, all 4. So what's the consensus? Are we on for review tomorrow?
Yeah, we're on for review. I think pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty decent. Right. They don't have a fucking mid-season break.
Yeah. No, I mean, they already uploaded the schedule, so it's all going to be like on a week-to-week basis now. But yeah. So we got the first 3 episodes tomorrow to review, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I was gonna sit down and watch that before we started here. I started watching the new episode of Dragon Ball Daima, the dub. But what's it called? I'll get to Invincible after that because I gotta go work tomorrow, so it's gonna be fun. But as always, guys, thank you guys for joining us, and we're gonna be getting this started. Our review of Cure, 1997, from director Kiyoshi Kurosawa. No relation to Akira Kurosawa at all. Before any of y'all ask, or before anybody starts wondering, I thought at one point too, until I read the Wikipedia page of his, and he was like, "Yeah, no relation to Akira Kurosawa at all."
Yeah, there's been a few of those that, like, there's been a few Kurosawa directors is like, just no relation.
Yeah. But with that said, Brad, I guess we go ahead and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, man. So if you haven't seen Cure, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers, or you've already seen the film, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect after these words from our sponsors in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerd Court is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off your first order with code TheNerdCourt. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. Brad, go ahead and introduce them to 1997's Cure.
All right, roll. Cure is a 1997 Japanese neo-noir psychological horror film written and directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, starring Koji Yakusho, Masato Hagiwara, Tsuyoshi Ujiki, Anna Nakagawa, Yoriko Doguchi, and Yukihiro Hotaro. The story
sounds like you just said yo quiero.
Sorry. The story follows a detective investigating a string of gruesome murders where an X is carved into the neck of each victim. And the murderer is found near the victim of each case and remembers the crime but does not know why they did it. The film is Kurosawa and Yakusho's first collaboration. Originally entitled Evangelist, the film's name was changed due to the Tokyo subway sarin attack perpetuated by Shinrikyo? That happened while the film was in production. To voice suggesting a religious cult connection to the crimes in the story, it was retitled Cure at the suggestion of a Dai film producer. The film was released by Shoshiko Fuji Company on December 27th, 1997. It received widespread positive reviews from critics and is considered a progenitor of the explosion of Japanese horror media in the late 1990s and early 2000s, preceding other releases like Hideo Nakada's Ring and Takashi Shimizu's Ju-on. And cinematography, Tokosho Kikumura, edited by Kan Suzuki, music by Gary Ashiya, and running time 112 minutes, and estimated budget of 1 million Japanese yen.
Yeah. That's it.
Is it?
All right, Brad. My first Kiyoshi Kurosawa film.
I think my first.
Yeah, for sure. Probably. So first for both of us, especially on this channel, as the first one we're going to review. What are your initial thoughts, Brad?
I thought it was good. Like, I thought it was very interesting. I think for the normal watcher, this might be a hard follow. Just because there's instances where it goes from reality into kind of like that dream state, and you don't know what quite is real, which is kind of cool in the movie itself. But I think for just like a regular viewer, this might be a hard watch just because it can get a little confusing within the movie. But overall, I dug the vibe of it. I dug the noir of it, of them on this case, and they can't figure out why these people are doing it. And like they literally show the villain in the film, the antagonist, and like we don't even know if he's the antagonist until like the very end when it's like, oh, so he's hypnotizing these people in some old cultish kind of way, and in itself, he himself was hypnotized, and then he transfers that power at the end. So I thought it was a really cool watch, really cool horror film. I would like to watch more from this director, Do I think the movie's perfect? No, I do think it's kind of confusing in some instances, but overall, I think it's a good horror noir.
So, I mean, I've heard of this. I heard of this one from him. I heard of Pulse, and I think those are the only two Kiyoshi Kurosawa films I've ever heard of. Brad, I picked this up. I had this thing in my hand during the Criterion sale July. Last July. I want to say it's last July or maybe the July before that.
So did you make a purchase or did you put it back?
I put it back.
Are you kicking yourself now?
I very much am. I even asked the lady because it wasn't on there, and I knew that Cure had released that week. I was like, "Do you guys have Cure yet?" And then she goes like, she went back there, she went through all her boxes. She's like, "Oh, here you go. Here's a copy. It just hasn't been put on shelves yet," you know. And I looked at it, and I looked at the other ones I had. And I was like, I'm gonna leave it. I've never seen it before. I'm kicking myself.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Because this movie's really fucking good.
This is up your alley, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this movie's really fucking good. First of all, Takusho's, I love Takusho's performance in here. And just how, I'm sorry, Yakusho.
Yeah. He plays a good cop, doesn't he?
Yeah, but just how slowly his psyche is deteriorating.
Yeah,
and
on top of the antagonist doing it, but also
his wife.
His wife, she's going through some kind of dementia, which might have been caused by the antagonist for all we know.
Yeah. So, like, I just really like that aspect. And, of course, it's got this very, like, odd feeling throughout. You know, it's very Japanese, man. Like, it's a Japanese noir through and through. 100%.
I love the setting in this. You get to see like these old Japanese hospitals.
Oh yeah.
And he's just running through like the Japanese streets and stuff.
Some of the editing, man. Some of the editing, dude. Those quick cuts.
Oh yeah.
Just it's freaking awesome. Do I necessarily think it's perfect? No, I think that it does have a little bit of a what's it called, slight confusion in there for me, where it's like, okay, we're kind of like really playing with time here, and we're kind of going into like dream state, not dream state.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it feels a little off balance at times.
I feel like you need a second watch with this.
Yeah.
Because you'll understand where the dream states kind of are after that first watch. But during that first watch, it's like, okay, well, is his wife dead or not dead, or did this happen? Or did this
when
happen?
he sees her suicide,
yeah,
and then like it cuts to him just being in the hall and she's cooking.
Although I did like that scene, like, what's the matter? As he's just there bawling.
Yeah. No, I think it's just a fantastic movie, Brad. It's like I said, it's a little bit confusing at times, and it does take a little bit of time to really like pick itself up. But man, dude. It's a noir if I've ever seen a noir when it comes to like the Japanese side of noir. And it's very horror centric, and you know I thought the idea of like, you know, having to center it around, you know, hypnosis was really interesting. Like, you don't really see a lot of that.
I mean on paper it sounds kind of
silly
in a way, but then on the film itself, it's like, oh, this is kind of getting into some like psychological, not only hypnosis, it's like kind of cultish in a way, kind of figuring like almost like into a demonic kind of state, but it doesn't go quite into that realm. But I think that the antagonist is that I'm trying to figure out which. I don't know which actor that is on here because they don't have any pictures, but whichever actor that was who plays
Mamiya.
Yeah, I think he did a great job, because he had me like really confused throughout the film. Like, does he know? Is he just fucking with them?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, is that something like he would do? And it's like I think it's partly yes, and then partly no.
But then it just starts to like, the puzzle starts to get pieced together, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, no, he's also under hypnosis.
Yeah, he's under hypnosis. And what you don't realize is that, you know, all these killings are apparently somehow empowering him making him stronger until he finds the one guy who can resist him, and then whatever entity is in this guy wants to be in that guy. And
Yeah.
it's very interesting how this all plays out.
Yeah, it really is, man. I think Yoshi Kurosawa does an incredible job with that, and I think that, not it's just to me, to me what the really the charm of the movie is seeing how much Yakusho, his character, changes from the beginning until the end of this movie,
Yeah.
and
He literally just goes in and kills that dude.
just
Point
yeah,
blank.
I mean, I would have too. I would have been already tired of
Yeah,
this motherfucker, bro.
the dude killed his partner. So
Yeah.
yeah, that does not. How would you feel had this actually came out and the name been Evangelist? Do you think that would have worked as
I
well?
don't think it has. I don't think Evangelist is a good title.
I don't think so either, because the way this movie is kind of structured is it does feel like a disease that goes into a person and causes them
Yeah.
to murder. So Cure is actually a really good title, I think.
Yeah, I think Cure's the better title, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that they changed it, because Evangelist just doesn't really like stick for me, and it does like I think about this movie, and you really do think about like the fact that it's kind of like a disease that everybody is like contracting, and just the Cure seems to be killing people, and yeah, so I don't know, I don't think Evangelist would have really stuck for me.
No, probably not. I think Cure is the good title to go with. But very interesting, scenes of killing.
Oh, man,
I hate
yeah.
how that goes, because there is no like malice towards them. There's no anger. It's just a very calm, like the cop pulling up and just shooting his partner point blank.
Yeah,
And it was like, damn, bro.
yeah.
And just walking back into the station and probably having a coffee. I don't know. Like, holy shit. Or the most brutal one had to be the woman psychiatrist when she's cutting up that dude in the bathroom and starts peeling his face off. It's just like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that's the part that I tell you, man, like this is so Japanese. Like that level of like, brutality is very reserved for like Japanese horror films, and just how far they go. Like I'm thinking about like Audition, and I'm thinking about like, Ju-on and Ring and Grudge and all those. Like
Yeah.
it's just the level of brutality that are in those type of films.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I never,
God.
I mean, like Audition, I never thought I'd see a guy have his leg sawed off. That was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, what a fucking movie, man. But this was really good. I just don't think it's perfect. I think that it definitely has its charm to it.
Yeah.
But I think there's bits and pieces of it where I think like maybe on a second rewatch it works. It works better.
I think on a second rewatch, my score will probably be higher, just
Yeah.
because like I can understand where the dream states were and all that.
Yeah. But definitely interested in watching more from Kiyoshi Kurosawa, because this was really, really interesting. Might just have to throw some in there when we get to October
International
for
film.
International Film Month in September, or October
Yeah.
for Horror Film Month. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. But Brad, what's your final verdict on it?
I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm mostly kind of working around the nine area, bro.
No, I mean, on my second watch, it would probably go closer to 9 in my mind. But for a first watch, I just think, just not as a cinema head, just thinking of the regular viewers, what they're going to think of this. And I think they're going to be mostly confused, a lot of people. Personally, I feel it is an 8 out of 10 right now, but in a second watch, I think like with most viewers, a second watch, especially if they put it on for Halloween or something, I think it's pretty gripping.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you, Brad. Yeah. But I still think it's like, its merit is there, and I really do think that it's a pretty damn good film. Think definitely interesting, and I definitely think this is probably one of the best noirs that I've seen from Japan. Like that shit was, I mean, it had me really, really locked into it.
I mean, it's a pretty good noir, but I think Akira Kurosawa probably has some better noirs.
Yeah, but this is a different type of noir.
Yes, it is in a different time.
Though I would have loved to have seen Akira Kurosawa make a horror film at one point in his
Especially
career.
horror noir.
Yeah, I think that would have been incredible, but of course, his films ended up influencing how other people.
There were some that you could probably consider close to horror, like Throne of Blood had some stuff in it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't, say straight
No,
up.
it wasn't complete horror. I mean, it's the Japanese lore of the ghosts and shit.
Yeah,
But that was basically just Shakespeare's Macbeth.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god. All right, well, that concludes our review
Right.
of.
What score did you give?
I gave it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking.
You said you were around the 9, so I didn't
Yeah,
know
I said like a 9. Yeah, like a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I
What?
think it's a really good movie, man.
I think that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Yeah. Looking here, looks like I'm seeing a lot of his movies around here. I'm checking out Just Watch to see. I know he has a new film coming out this year, so definitely interested to go and see that in the theaters when that comes out. But of course, that concludes our review of Cure. Thank you so much for joining us. And check us out on thenerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore, and Score, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Letterboxd at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/the Nerdcore. $1 a month, you get this episode live early and ad free, along with our other episodes that we do for the main show before they drop for the public the day after or several days after. And of course, our Discord link is in the description below, where you can talk to us about movies and all that wonderful stuff that we love to talk about here on the show. So check that out. If you can, please leave a comment on the video. Tell us what you think about the movie, and tell us what movie from Kiyoshi Kurosawa should we check out next.
There's quite a few of them, so you have choices.
Yeah, yeah. Just wish more of them were accessible. But yeah, but that is the game that you play when these are foreign directors. They're usually not gonna always have their movies available everywhere.
No, we have to go searching.
Yeah, you gotta go searching. You gotta go sail the 7 seas. Yeah, but make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss another review that drops on the channel. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app of choice, make sure that you leave a 5-star review. And of course, follow us on your favorite podcast app. All that helps us out so much. And we thank you guys so much for being the wonderful people that you are and helping us out here by watching us. And thank you to our patrons. We love them. Thank you guys. Your early access and ad free is only a smidge of what we can offer you for being the wonderful people that you are. You also get wonderful stuff in other tiers like watch-alongs and exclusive reviews at the end of the month. So check that shit out. And Brad, tell them about our executive producer, Shane.
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at ThriftedIL. Or go follow, sorry, I had a brain fart there. Or go follow, or go buy something from the Subby God at depop.com/PrisonCityVintage.
All right, man. And yeah, guys, let us know what we should watch next from him. I would really be interested to see what more from this guy.
2024 Cloud is looking interesting.
Yeah, that's the one that he's going to be releasing this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you more about that after we're done here. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be back Saturday for our review of Invincible Season 3 premiere, episodes 1 through 3. We're going to talk about those episodes. And then, of course, that'll be it for the rest of the week until we're back with our next David Lynch review on Monday on President's Day, live on Patreon, available for everybody on Tuesday. But with that being said, I'm getting out of here. Brad, let's get him out of here.
All right, Raul. Thank you, being host as always. Thank to all those who join us in future chats. Thank you to our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I don't know. Don't do testing on monkeys and kill them. And I don't know. Don't do weird stuff with animals. Young Yoda out.